Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Marina and this is Confessions of a Dollar Tree Addict. But today we're going to be doing a series of really inexpensive DIYs that I think look really high end and very unique. They're not farmhouse, but they're definitely exciting, cute, very Valentine DIYs. And they all include this puffy heart plastic container from the Dollar Tree. I just love them. And of course, I love them with candy in them. They make a beautiful presentation, but I think they're so much more than that. And the first DIY is to do a simple DIY with these elephants that were in the Dollar Tree a while ago. And the minute that I saw them, I knew I wanted to do some kind of a Valentine DIY. So I am going to hot glue them together right at their lucky turned up noses, but I'm just going to use hot glue. So if I choose to switch them around or not leave them as Valentine decor, I can always just break apart the hot glue. I'm not going to use any permanent glue, but I am probably going to use these after Valentine's for St. Patty's Day and put a shamrock here because I think that will be cute as well because it's lucky to have your trunks up, supposedly. Anyway, I love these elephants and check out what I do with them. I do end up adding one of the little wooden hearts so that the hot glue is not visible. I'm then going to, they're actually glued together really well, very sturdy, and they even look super cute just like that. If you were to paint that red, that would be a subtle decor piece in and of itself, but I don't do subtle. So I'm going to take my heart, my plastic shiny happy hearts that I love, and I'm going to pass this Dollar Tree gingham ribbon that I absolutely love through it and make a shoelace bow. And there it is. Then once I put the ribbon at the top, I just absolutely love how these look. They look so pretty. I was trying to decide how I wanted to place it. Did I want it to look like that? Did I want it to look like that? Did I want to put it like that? I just couldn't decide how I wanted the heart. Well, I don't want it like that. I don't know. And then you just want to take a little hot glue and glue the heart above their heads. Super cute, really easy, very cute for a teardrop. I feel like this came out really adorable. I absolutely love elephants. I know that they're lucky. It's kind of like Lucky in Love, adorable. This really easy DIY. I'm just going to take apart this Dollar Tree lantern. It comes apart really easy into, you could always keep the clear plastic part if you want to put it back together later, but I won't be. I have many of them. They're only $1 at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take my scissor and just squeeze really hard and cut these pieces off. It's actually not as hard as it sounds. It's kind of soft plastic. I did cut it off of the bottom. Now I'm going to do the top. The top is a little tricky, but it does cut pretty easy. It's kind of hard not to cut that part too, and you want to put the handle back in. So you got to get in there and cut like that. It's okay. It's perfect. I like it. It's fine. I'm then going to glue the top back together and add the handle back in. There's a groove for it right there. So you fit it back in. You clamp it back in. It's basically like Lego. So I'm going to take my Fix-All because the epoxy doesn't work. I don't know why, but it didn't work. It took too long to dry. I don't have any patience. And I'm just going to snip these out this piece out. You can actually leave it in, but I'm going to snip it out. And I'm going to flip this. This usually is like this, but I'm going to turn it over and glue this on here once I snip that out. And then I'm going to glue this in here. And it's going to look like that. So this is actually being flipped upside down. You guys see that? It used to be this way. And if you want to glue it like that, you can. But I kind of like how it looks that way more because it sort of points into the heart. So I'm going to do it that way. Either way, the handle still works and you can put it any way you want. Once I put the fix-all, I just hold it where I want it for a few seconds while it sets. It doesn't take long, but because I had put some epoxy there before, it is taking a little bit longer. And so that you guys know, it still will fit a timer light. I have these timer lights that go on a certain time of the day, and it will still fit inside of here when it's all been said and done. And it's going to light it up and it's going to look super cool. So just to keep that in mind, that's still going to happen. Once this part has fully dried, you can glue this part and then start to figure out how you're going to embellish it. I have the cute little wooden hearts from the Dollar Tree bag of wood cutouts. It was like a bag full of all different wooden stuff, and I basically just bought it because of the cute wooden hearts that came in it. I've separated all the shapes out, but I love the hearts. That's why I bought it. And I do have some of these. They were actually from my strand of not timer lights, the ones that are sold at the Dollar Tree from last year. This is a new one. It still works, but the one from last year died. So I actually pulled those plastic things off and saved them because they're so cute. And I figured I could do something with them. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but I did save them in my crafting stuff. And I also have that beautiful table scatter that has the lips and the crystals in it. I don't know if I'm going to use that, but let's see how I'm going to decide to embellish it after I glue the top of my lantern on and let it set and dry. Here it is all glued together, and I use this black and white checkered Dollar Tree floral garden ribbon just to make a little shoelace bow that I'm going to put, I think, up here. Should I put it here or here? These are the decisions that make me crazy. But I definitely am going to put one of these little wood hearts on the center of it. I love how that looks with the metal and the shiny plastic. I think that all of that together makes me very happy. Now, what I did with this is I wrapped a piece of the baker's twine. Actually, it comes with these plastic hearts. And I feel like I just want to pretend that it's the wick in an old-fashioned kerosene lamp. So I'm just going to have it sticking out and then just hot glue it right there. I feel like it's cute, like a little extra something sparkly, but also like it's wick in the old-fashioned kerosene lamps. That's what I'm visualizing here. So what do you guys think? I absolutely love how this came out. I feel like it's like a heart on fire, new love, steampunk. I love how this looks. It's really industrial, and I can't say enough about it. Not to toot my own horn, but this might be my favorite thing I've ever made. And here we have a strand of lights that I've upcycled with these adorable plastic puffy hearts that I'm obsessed with. I saw something very similar at Walmart for $24, and I certainly didn't buy it for 24 bucks, but I think that these are gorgeous. You can put them in your tree. You can put them on your mantle. There's so many things you can do with them. So let's see how I made the last DIY for this video. I'm going to show you, as you guys can see right now, I'm using mini lights. This is a multicolor strand of mini lights from the Dollar Tree that I actually got a clear pack and a multicolor pack after Christmas for 50 cents a pack. I'm going to be using the multicolor pack for a DIY for St. Patty's Day. So if you guys have some multicolor lights and you want to do some St. Patrick's DIYs, make sure to check me out in the future or subscribe to my channel. Now, these are the clear lights, and we're just going to upcycle them really inexpensively. I happen to see a set of lights that had puffy hearts like this at Walmart. They're long sold out, but they were over $24 for a strand of 14 lights or 13 lights. It wasn't that much more than 10, and definitely I wasn't going to spend $24 on them. Now, I do have 10 in total lights to do this project with. 3 packs of hearts is what I used for all of the DIYs here. So that would be $3. And, you know, each pack has 4. So you're going to need 3 packs. You'll have a couple extra. Whatever you do, you know, you could always, if you don't need the other 2, you can use them to give to some loved ones, you know, with the candy. But whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, you need 2 packs at the very least to do 8 lights. Sometimes if you want to do a set of lights, you can skip the very first one because it does have a distance that it has to travel to the outlet, depending on where you're going to plug this in. If you're not using a whole lot of them, like let's say if you just want to have some accent ones on your mantle, maybe you can get away with only upcycling 4 or 5 of your lights, in which case you won't need multiple packs. I'm just putting it out there. But the first light in the strand has this fuse in it. So it is the hardest to do, but it's still very easy. I hot glued the tip of the box. You just hot glue the tip so that it doesn't open. And then you slide the light inside of it and you just put the bow through it. Now, if you feel like that's not secure enough, I do. And I'll show you how they come out very, like, see, this is glued shut. And once I put the bow that I choose to pass through these 2 things, it's not going to go anywhere. And you really can't tell because they do close up. You can't tell that it's 2 pieces. But if you feel like that's not complete enough for you, you can use your hot glue gun to burn little holes on the sides, and then the wires sit perfectly in them. I opt not to do that because I'm very clumsy with the hot glue gun and I'll end up melting the whole heart. Although I have been successful with it, not every time am I. So I'd rather not set myself up for failure. Now, I just take this ribbon, and you got to kind of start it out a little small to pass it through the little hole. And I'm going to do that right now. Once you get it through, you just figure out how much you're going to need to make a bow. And this is very glittery ribbon. I'm going to make a bow. This one is actually a little harder to work with than the other one, but I plan to alternate one glittery bow and one black and white grosgrain white checkered. I love how they look together. To me, this is my Valentine aesthetic right here. Sparkly red and then subtle black and white. I just love that. That is what makes me really happy on Valentine's. So I'm going to figure out how much I need to make my bow. And then I'm going to pull it really, really tight because I want to make sure that it holds everything closed. And it does. And I'm never a good, I never know how much ribbon to use. I always gauge wrong and I end up wasting a lot, but that is what it is. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut some off here, but there's plenty. And I actually kind of like how when you pass it through this, it sort of softens this ribbon. If you guys have ever bought this ribbon from the Dollar Tree, you know what I mean. It has sort of like a plastic tape feel, but it's not sticky. It's definitely ribbon, but it just has like a plasticness to it. So I'm going to dovetail it on the end here. Super cute. I love that. I'm going to dovetail the other one as well. So now we have 1 down and 9 more to go. So I'm going to show you guys from the beginning how I do it. It's really simple. I take a little hot glue. I'm going to seal up the heart. I'm going to take my light and put it in where I want it. And you guys see what I mean about the first light really doesn't have a lot of distance from the next one, but it's the only one that's like that because of it's just these Dollar Tree light strands happen to be like that, but it's okay. The rest of them work perfectly for our purposes. Now that's drying still. And then on this one, I'm going to be using the beautiful black and white gingham ribbon. It's much easier actually to pass through. It's a softer, real grosgrain ribbon. It's very easy to put this one through the hole. Well, if you don't need glasses, like I do, then maybe it's not that easy. I'm not a bow maker like Olivia is, that's for sure, but I do the best I can with my limited bow making skills. And I'm starting to become an expert shoelace bow expert because that's just elementary, I guess. Going to compare it to that one. Close. Maybe not exactly, but no one's going to come here and measure them. And then I'll dovetail this one as well. This one needs a little more loving through the process. It's a little hard to work with, but you guys get it. And so I'm just going to finish these now. You think of everyone's heart light getting turned on. I just absolutely love these. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video, these really inexpensive DIYs, not one of which cost more than $3. I think that is really, really amazing for a Valentine decor that looks definitely more than $1. And all the supplies came from the Dollar Tree. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Click like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, stay safe and stay savvy, guys. Bye-bye.